What we got?
Hey, Giannis. I think a 3 for 10 start for you in the first half. I know the team as a whole struggled inside, outside. What was it as simple as the ball not going in the first half, or what were they maybe doing to make that difficult to score points?
I think we were just too passive. Like we were passing the ball too much, and I understand like we gotta trust one another, and it's good. Like we did not play bad. Like I think we kind of passed the ball too much at times. I think guys were open and were pump faking and try to make the extra pass or try to drive and kick. But sometimes you just sometimes the first pass is the best shot we're going to get. But for me personally, I just gotta play within my strength. I just believe that I'll be working a lot over these few years and over this summer, and just so anxious to prove to myself that I can do what I've been working. And sometimes I think I play not in my strength as much, but I kind of scratch that. And I think in the second half, I'm just gonna be myself and be okay with it. And I just try to drive as much as I can, find my teammates and get in the paint, get to the free throw line and just leave there.
Was that so basically that was a thought process there in the third quarter to just take advantage of some of the spacing, some of the matchups and just get to the rim?
Just have try to game out as much as I could and try to be aggressive right from the jump and try to find my teammates. But my main focus was get in the paint. I want to get in the paint, and after that, trust my instinct that I'm going to figure out if it's going to be a pass or it's just going to be me trying to finish.
Bud was talking a little bit about how there's some and one finishes off glass and maybe a little bit more of the finesse there. Just you mentioned thinking about trying to do some of the other things in the first half, but even in the second half, there's more finesse on some of those finishes, getting the bump and then finishing off the glass. Just how conscious of that are you and trying to add and do more things and maybe score in a little bit different way?
Playing in Europe over the summer, like you don't have much time. You don't have time to think. Like you might have one shot. What the defense is giving you, just gotta take it. I feel like in the NBA you got so much space, and sometimes you fall in the trap that there's so many things you can do, and you want to do everything at once. But at the end of the day, as I said, I want to play within my strength, and I'm not going with the mindset that I'm going to be more finessed. I'm going to finish off the glass or get the bump or pump fake and do all that. I'm just trusting my instinct. I'm just trying to get to my spot, that I'll be working on. And after that, I'm just going to figure it out. If guys let me get to my jump hook, if guys let me get to my fade, or if I can face up and shoot the shot off the dribble, I'm just going to try to pick one and just go with it. Instead of sometimes I fall in the trap trying to do everything together in one play. And it's not possible. But, this is what, the regular season is about. Third game of the season, you got to play and kind of figure it out. And as a team, we got to keep playing, keep getting better, keep building good habits, keep playing together, keep winning games, keep being tougher, keep defending better. And hopefully, like things like that just click when it matters most.
By the end of your third year with Brook, it felt like people stopped trying him at the rim. Like they saw him there and decided for, a floater or just pass it out. It feels like at the start of the season, they're back to trying him again at the rim. I think he had 6 blocks tonight, 5 blocks the other night. Do you feel like people maybe forgot how good he was since he missed all of last year? Like as I'm watching, I'm curious, like, what Brook can do. Why keep going for it?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't know. I'm so happy that he's on my team and I'm not playing against him. But I really don't know. If I was, playing against Brook, I'm not trying him. He's like he goes for everything. He's so big, so long, and he has great timing too. So I'm glad he's on our team. I'm glad he's blocking shots for us. I'm glad he's playing well for us. He feels good right now. You can see he plays with confidence, but defensively, he's just like he's a beast, and just whenever he's out there, you kind of like, thank God he's out here. He blocks everything. He bucks out every single time and let me and Bobby get the rebound. Like he just do all the work, the unseen work that has to be done for this team. So we appreciate him a lot. And we can wait to have a full healthy season with him.
I think the score was tied early in the fourth quarter, and y'all held them scoreless for about 5.5 minutes. Just what was working for y'all there in that fourth, just the way y'all were able to kind of defend the fourth quarter and shut them down?
You gotta know, like, at the end of the day, you know where the ball's gonna go. It's either Kyrie's gonna get it or KD down the stretch, and they're gonna try to make a move. I think Wesley, Drew, guys that was guarding those players, they just made it tough for them, and we didn't want them to pass the ball as much. We wanted them to do it by themselves. I feel like whenever they are in the mindset of moving the ball and getting everybody involved, it just makes it tougher for us. And everybody gets going. Rosh O'Neal makes threes. I think Wananobi. I don't want to mess up his name. Sorry. Makes threes. Like guys get going. Sharp, Clarkson, all of them get going. So I feel like down the stretch, we knew they're going to give the ball there, and we're just trying to, as much as possible, like let them go to work and kind of not get anybody else involved.
I know in the beginning part of the season, you talk about the habits and how important they are. How well do you think you all have done in just winning in different ways in these first 3 games?
We've done a good job. Usually, like when we're down, we kind of, fall, in that like kind of hole, and we just like keep playing bad. But I feel like we was able to figure it out. We came out of the half, had a great third quarter, defend well, move the ball, get open shots. It was a great win tonight. Last game, who did we play last game? Sorry.
Houston.
Houston was a great win, and Philly, also great win, down the stretch. But doesn't really mean nothing. At the end of the day, we got to keep building good habits, and I'm happy, knowing that the team is in a good place. I'm happy that we can play good basketball, even missing Chris and Pat and Joe, because they're like key pieces of our team, and they just take our team to the next level. But at the end of the day, like we got to keep building good habits. We got to keep having guys involved. We got to keep defending, because at the end of the day, when they come back, our mindset don't change. We start from defense, and from defense we figure it out. Like sometimes it's not going to be my night. It's not going to be Drew's night. It might be Grayson. It might be Bobby's night. It might be Brooks' night. Like we gotta know as a team that we defend, and every other night is going to be somebody else that's going to step up and try to help us win. But at the end of the day, as you said, try to figure out different ways to win. It's good. It's allowing us to see different looks, different images moving forward through the regular season, and hopefully when we at the end, if we're healthy, we can win games no matter how it looks, no matter if we're up 15, no matter if we're down 20, no matter if it's close game. We just got to figure out ways to win, ways to come together, play good basketball.
Going back to your performance, I asked Coach Bud how much growth he's seen in your ability not to let the first half dictate the second half. However you play in the beginning doesn't dictate how you finish it out. How much have you worked on that?
Growth, no, it's not. I think it's not now letting the first half dictate the second half. It's almost like the first half allowed me to have the second half, because I was kind of pissed, sorry for my language, but sometimes you don't play well and you wanna play better. Sometimes you get more kind of more stubborn, more play tougher, play with more edge. A lot of people kind of put the mind and just go and try to have a fresh second half, but for me it's just like it's all together. it's a move. For the team, but I wanted personally, the team wanted to have a better second half, and we were able to go out there and do it, and we carried over from the first half to the second half, things that we didn't do as well. We want to do better. So it's all together.
They had Ben Simmons on you a decent amount of the game. It's been about a year and a half since the last time you were up against him. What did you think of that matchup today?
Great player. Obviously, I feel like Brooklyn Nets have a lot of big bodies that can defend and just make it tough for us. And for me personally, with all the switches, try to keep me off the paint. And obviously, he's a great player, plays really good. Team to victories, but as I said, like they have a lot of big body, KD, Royce O'Neal, Ben Simmons, Sharp, Claxton, Morris that did not play today. That they're able to kind of switch and be physical with me and not allow me to get in the paint.
Thanks, Giannis.
Thank you.
Mike, I guess can you just speak to the 48-minute defensive effort? I think 18% from three in the first half. Didn't make a whole lot of shots the first half either, but to kind of stay connected and then obviously to pull ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if I was being critical or honest, I think the second quarter we were pretty poor defensively, but the other three quarters made up for that, lapse in the second quarter. These guys are so hard to guard. A ton of respect for them, the individual talent with Durant and Irving. So a lot of credit. Our guys are going to be tired tonight, sore. They laid it all out there for 4 quarters, and so impressive defensive effort.
Just what you saw from Giannis, 9 points in the first half, I think 34 in the second, just the way the tenacity and mentality he had coming into the second half of that game.
Yeah, I mean, that's vintage Giannis. That's probably about, the best. He's had a lot of great performances tonight. That second half he did everything. He was phenomenal. So, I think we had a really poor second quarter, and he came out with a force and a determination to put us in the right place. We really, I think, offensively needed it from him tonight. He drove, attacked, found seams. I thought we moved the ball a little bit more, had a little bit better spacing for him. It's hard to put the right words on how good he was in the second half.
He's been getting better at it for a while, but it feels like this year there's been a lot of finishes high off glass, being able to finish through contact with a softer touch. Just what have you seen from him maybe in that regard this year?
Yeah, no, I think, he works on it. I think there's just adding layers to his finishing game. Obviously, he's got a ton of power. He's got a ton of, finishing, with dunks and everything. But I think, when he adds the touch, he adds those, can, I think, maybe get some more and ones. And I think, gives the defense another thing that they got to think about and consider. And, it's been impressive how he's finished. And he's had a couple, I think he probably thinks he should have made, even more. So it's, he's very, very good in the paint. He's adding layers to his game and adding ways to finish.
In the same way that we've been talking about how dominant he is in these first couple of games, we've been talking about Brook at the rim and kind of what he's been able to do. Just how much has he meant to you guys here in the early going?
Yeah, I think they have him for 6 blocks tonight. I mean, he's just he's really changing the game in the paint. We've asked him, I think, to do even more this year. He's embraced it. So it's a credit to him. He's got very just great feel and timing, for where to be and how to contest. And contest and block shots and still rebound. And he's been really good for us defensively.
Coach, how much do you think the guys buy in on the collective effort when guarding superstars like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? I mean, Wesley had reps on KD. Obviously, Drew started on him, but then, Javon was on Kyrie. George was on Kyrie. The collective effort defensively.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we got a lot of, guys that we feel are, really, really high level defenders. Hopefully we can throw different bodies at, these great players in the league. Just, I don't know, just try and make them have to work and see different people. Every guy that guards them is maybe just a little bit different, not necessarily by teaching or scheme. They're just all a little bit different, a little bit unique, and keep them guys hopefully thinking and wondering. And the effort it takes on those two is you got to be high level.
And one more on Giannis. What does it take for players first half or first quarter not to dictate the rest of the game? I mean, Steve brought up, what Giannis did in the first half compared to the second.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's a sign of maturity, sign of, growth that, as a team, we didn't have a great second quarter. We were able to come back from it. Giannis individually, whether it's the first quarter or, if he has a few possessions that could be better, either defensively or offensively, he doesn't let him get him down. I think it fuels him to be better. And that's the sign of, the greatness that he has.
Not that Brooklyn shot it well at all from three. Royce O'Neal kind of shook loose a little there in the first half, but they only made one in the second half. I think Kyrie and Kevin 1 for 10. Just again, I know it's an emphasis, but I guess what have you felt about the guys actually implementing that emphasis these first three games and the fact that it's paid off to the degree that it has?
Yeah. Hopefully we're getting a little bit better. It feels like there's lots of work when we watch film. There's areas where we can improve, and so it's a work in progress. We just got to stay focused. I'm sure there's going to be bumps in the road. But the guys are locked in. They're trying to execute for us defensively.
When it was kind of slow going offensively in the first half, how much did you guys need Bobby's energy and his ability to put the basket in to kind of get you guys rolling there?
Yeah, great. I think he had 16 at halftime, and without him, I don't know where we would have been in the first half. And so his shot making, really helped us. Felt like we should have been up to 10 or more in the first quarter, and then we were down 12, and it was a weird first half. But Bobby, was huge for us and kept us kind of, if 12 is in touch or 10 is in touch, without him, we would have been in big trouble in the first half. All right. Thank you, guys.